Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, when you think about the housing market, I can't think of a hotter housing market than Dallas-Fort Worth. Even during bad times, it's hot. And right now, it's scorching hot. To talk about the real estate market right now, Valerie Dillon, she is a very successful realtor with Briggs, Freeman, Sotheby's International.
Yes, sir.
And Mai Caldwell from the Advanced Community Fund is joining us as well. So you guys have been friends for a long time.
Yes. We have. Over a decade.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Mai started bragging about you, and I said she has to come on the show to talk about real estate. So let's begin with your journey. Like, how did you get into real estate?
I got into real estate through my business partner, Shel Carrig, and I had been home with my kids. I was fortunate to be able to stay home with them, and super busy, mom of 3, and not a whole lot of time. But at the time that I had done that, I had bought and sold investment properties. And Shel, anybody that would call me, she was such an amazing agent, I would just say, oh, you've got to call Shel, whether it was a commercial property or land and ranch or residential. And she called me one day and she was like, I want to talk. And we met, and she said, I want you to get your license. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't have time. And she's like, you're already doing it. You've been doing it for years. And I was kind of like, okay, my kids were getting older, and, you kind of look at like one day they're going to be gone and they're not going to need me as much. And this can be something I can do for myself. And so that's how I started.
Awesome. Mai?
Yes. Well, what's most impressive about Valerie is definitely when she puts her mind to anything, she can do it, and do it and execute very well. One thing that I'm most impressed with her real estate is how happy her families are, your clients. And to me, the approach of what her team does it's more of a customized purchasing of a home. She gets to know the family very well. She understands the Dallas market, and therefore I've heard the best success stories, just how happy her clients are.
Wow. And I know you sell ranches as well. Is that a hot market?
It is a hot market. What's hot right now with a lot of second homes or ranches is turnkey. People want furnished. People want to be able to just walk into the home, close on a Friday and go on a Saturday and be making breakfast. They don't want to have to move boxes. They don't want to have to buy furniture. They want to, if they want to change something over time, they'll do that to kind of suit their taste, but they really want turnkey and easy. I think we've all learned through the pandemic that we just need our lives to be simplified, and we need it to be easy, and we want it to be more about family and about spending quality time together. And so second homes, lake, ranches are definitely very, very popular.
You mentioned your family, so let's show this beautiful family. This looks like a postcard. Okay, tell us who we're looking at.
So that is my husband, Patrick, our dog, Chewy, my son, Asher, my oldest daughter, Caitlin, and Asher's twin sister, Emerson. So they are 11, she is 16, Chewy is 3, and I won't tell you my husband's age, because even though he just had a birthday, so.
Well, that's, you're really setting an example for your kids, aren't you?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. That was the other thing I thought about when, you are raising 2 little girls and a son. I thought it was very important for them to see you be successful and work. And I had always volunteered. I had shared different things through the Highland Park school system, and very happy doing it, and was very excited to be able to donate my time that way. And so they've always seen me work. Now they're seeing me build a business and be an entrepreneur and learn new skills. And, I had no idea how to use Dropbox. And I mean, just the process of learning that whole thing, I was just, have to say, like, very excited for them to see me learn that. Even, older. I just turned 50 in August.
You look amazing.
Thank you. And I just thought it was like really important for them to see me reinvent myself and to see me succeed. But they also see me fail, which I think is super important. And they see me have hard times, and they see me have deals fall through, and they see me not get a deal that I'm just so upset because my clients really wanted that home. And I get so invested in my clients and their happiness and what their future looks like. So I think they kind of realize that it's mom doing real estate and business. And for them, it's kind of like, it's the same thing.
And I love it, Mai, that she takes it so personal that, it's not just another transaction. This is a family that she's giving, their dream house to.
That I referred to earlier about how she customized, gets to know the family, what the needs are for that family, for their home, and how where they would probably be best in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
And I have to imagine you probably see people during the best of times and the worst of times, because often when you're selling a home, you're going through a divorce, maybe a loss of a loved one. Talk about that.
Yeah, you definitely, one of the reasons I love real estate is because I'm that person. I am someone who is vested 100% in people. And so it becomes very important to me to make sure that they're happy. And whatever the situation is, and it is very stressful. Buying and selling a house is probably one of the most stressful things that you will do. And finding the right home has become even more stressful because inventory is super low. You have people that are, living in California their whole lives and then decided they don't want to be in the city anymore and cooped up in their, apartment, and they want to have land and they want to have a larger home. And so a lot of people are moving to Texas. And so it's school systems, like where are my kids going to go to school? So, what neighborhood do we want to live in? I mean, I'm currently looking for a place right now for an empty nester couple that moved to Arizona, decided this isn't where we want to be. And I'm finding a home for them virtually. They will never see the home. And so I have this huge responsibility to make sure that when they move and it's the first time they see the home, that they're happy. And so I've got my video camera and I'm videoing the house. I'm driving in my car down the street. I'm like, this is the neighborhood. I'm like, oh, there's this great park. There's a lake. So you just are anything I can do or think of to show them more than just the house.
You have a big event coming up. Tell everybody about that.
I do. So I'm so excited to be a part of the Highland Park Science and Technology Festival. It's the 16th year. And what we do, we have 3 sections. We have a keynote event, which Daniel Allegre is the president and COO of Activision. And I actually was able to help them find their home here in Dallas when they moved from California. He is the keynote speaker. And then Jamie O'Banion is the CEO of Beauty Bio. And she's going to talk about the science behind a skincare line. And then we have that event first on January 30th. And then we have a student event that we just incorporated. And those kids that participate in that event, we have community judges and teacher judges, and those who score the highest are going to get $500 scholarships. And so we're very excited that we're able to do that. And then we have a big 50-person in-person at the school event where 50 different speakers with backgrounds in science and technology come and speak to every 9th through 12th grader at the high school. And my goal for this year, I really wanted to try to get more women speakers from the field because I want my daughter, who's not really a science or technology person, to kind of look at someone like Jamie O'Banion and say, you know what, maybe I can do a skincare line. We've got a woman home builder, and she's going to come in and talk about, the engineering and the math that goes into home building. And she's partnering with an interior designer, and just to kind of maybe capture that child that thinks, oh, I'm not good at math or science, but maybe I could be. And so for me, and my goal and my role in this is really inspiration. We have amazing doctors. We have somebody that's going to have a service animal come in, and they're going to talk about, you know, the what it takes to develop a service animal. There's just some really cool things, and so it's a very inspiring event. We hope that it creates some aha moments in those students, and I don't think the speakers will really know that ever. But my hope is that one child in 15 years says, there was a speaker that came to my high school and they spoke about X, and that motivated me and inspired me to go into this field.
Wow. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you're getting kind of choked up talking about it. I love that.
I mean, I'm just so passionate about this event. I really, truly, I had a teacher when I was in 8th grade that she will never know this, but she did something in a 10-minute window, and probably 15 years later, I remembered being like, that's where I got that from. And so teachers are so important and inspiring. And I feel like the last couple of years, it's been really, really difficult. You know, we've all had to shift, but I can't imagine someone that shifted more than a teacher to go to virtual and to deal with technology, and then parents, and then how emotional everything is. So, I'm just so grateful to be able to be a part of such an amazing school district that incorporates this type of festival, in hopes that it will inspire some children.
Wow.
You had mentioned you have 50 speakers over the course of 3 days?
Well, so we have 3 events,
Wow.
The keynote event, the student event, and then one day we have 50 speakers come into the high school, and they speak to every 9th through 12th grader at the high school.
Wow. Okay, we only have a minute left, so what would you like to leave the audience with?
Oh, goodness. You know, I think that the biggest thing is Dallas is such a great city because there are people like you.
Oh, you're kind.
And you. And, you know, Maya and I, part of our friendship, and we're always so inspired by each other because we're always doing something.
Projects.
We're always doing projects, whether it's
community,
nonprofit,
professional, nonprofit.
community. And so I've lived in Oklahoma for 30 years, and I've been in Dallas for 20. And I've just met the most amazing people. And our community that we live in is really, truly exceptional.
Wow. This is amazing. You inspire me, and thank you so much for inspiring the next generation of leaders. Yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to end with the website, which is valeriedillon.com. Go to the website, check her out, and thank you so much for coming on the show.
So welcome, Jeff. Thank you for having me.
You bet.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's it for now. We'll see you next time.